Hello there, and welcome to my version of Asteroids. Basically just your normal game of asteroids with asteroids spawning in and moving around the map, and you trying to avoid and shoot them. This is just with 3D models and a little added bonus called power-ups and hazards. Let's go over the controls real quick. So to move forward, we use the W or up arrow, and then to rotate the ship, we use A and S or the right and left arrows. We shoot with the spacebar, and we can use the hyperspace feature, which allows you to teleport to a random location on the screen with the left or right shift. Fair warning, I'm really bad at this game, especially when I'm trying to explain it. I've always been bad at asteroids. So first thing I do is I started with a slightly easier version of the game. So only 4 smaller asteroids spawn at the beginning, and basically stay starting at that size. So they're a little smaller than the asteroids you see in the Atari version. But as the rounds go on, you get more and more asteroids spawning in, 1 more each round. And obviously they split into two times, and then it goes endless. So your goal is to get the high score. The other things you'll see spawning around are power-ups and hazards. The power-ups will have plus signs on them, and the hazards will have X's on them. There is a green power-up and hazard, a red power-up and hazard, and a yellow power-up and hazard. And we'll see what those do when we get in there. Here we go. So I made sure everything stayed all floaty and space-like. There's a nice space ambiance in the background here. But we're floating around. When you go across this, when you move to one side of the screen, you shoot to the other side. We'll pick up this first power-up. This normalizes your speed, essentially, is what I'm calling it. So you don't float anymore. It really helps you kind of maneuver your way around everything. And we'll grab another one later. If you do happen to grab a power-up after you've already had a power-up, it'll override it and move you on to whatever that is. That same goes for hazards. Another thing is you can shoot power-ups, which means they despawn and you lose them. Like so. Oh, that one just despawned on its own. They despawn after about 10 to 15 seconds. Get these guys real quick. I'm going to keep a few of these smaller asteroids around so I can show everything off. There's our explosion, by the way. What it does is it'll do a small particle effect around where the player actually dies, and then one over the screen so you know for sure that you've died. We'll grab this other power-up real quick. This gives you invincibility, so if you do see a rock, you can smash into it and it'll destroy it with no issues. We're going on to round 2 now, so now we have some more asteroids in. We'll try and take some of these out before I go on going after more power-ups because it gets really risky. So I'll grab these real quick. Alright, here's my favorite hazard right here, the yellow hazard. We'll grab that. Or not. Getting back to shooting hazards and power-ups. If you shoot a power-up, nothing happens, you lose it. It despawns. Gets destroyed. If you shoot a hazard, same thing happens, but you get 20 points. Points-wise, if you get 1,000 points, you gain another life. See, I have 2 lives. I've already died twice, and you start with 3 lives, so I've already gotten another one. So every 1,000 points, you gain an extra life. And for every asteroid, a large asteroid gives you 15 points, a medium asteroid gives you 20, and a small asteroid gives you 30. And that's kind of your pull for the game. Here we go. This is not meant to be good looking. This is meant to disorient the heck out of you and just mess with you. This is what this hazard does, and it's a real pain. It'll snap you back to where you were. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's not supposed to be fun. It's really supposed to mess with you. And especially when you have a lot of asteroids on the screen, it makes it a lot harder to see anything, so you want to avoid those at all costs. Here's another hazard. We'll see if I can grab onto it. Hazards spawn in a random location just like asteroids do, and never too close to the player. And they always spawn in with a different velocity, and they spawn in at random times on different intervals. So it's always fairly random. Looks like we just got double fire. Lasts for 10 seconds, gives you 2 to fire, so you have a larger chance of hitting things. That's kind of helpful. Just like that, and it shreds apart. Absolutely shreds apart asteroids. Let's go to this side. We'll grab this one. It's another hazard, unless I get destroyed. And you can see that you have 2 particle effects, one over the whole screen and one where the ship gets destroyed. We'll wait for this guy to come back. We're gonna miss out on him for now, though. He despawned. Oh well. To give a quick synopsis of all of the power-ups, the green power-up will allow you to normalize your speed like we saw. The red power-up will give you double fire, and the yellow power-up will make you invincible so that you can hit any asteroids with no worries. Looks like I hit one slightly outside of the screen before I teleported the other. That slowed me down. And when I die, it negates the effect. But slowing you down means your velocity gets so slow that you're almost immobilized, but just enough that you can kind of maneuver a little bit. It's pretty tough though, so you really want to avoid those two. So that was the green hazard. The red hazard does not allow you to fire for 10 seconds, so you have to just kind of survive by moving around as much as you can. And then we saw that the yellow hazard makes you completely disoriented. So we'll see how long we can last. Oh, come on, I'm really bad at aiming. Oh, there's a slow. So yeah, you can see I could still kind of move, but it's really hard to turn around and stuff. And you're not quite immobilized, but you're getting there. I thought about immobilizing you completely and just having you float around like an asteroid, but that just makes too many issues. See if we can grab this invincibility. Come on, come on, come on. Nope, missed it. Alright, well, let's show you the end. So, looks like we got the high score today. I'll take it. Not too high, but, you know, high enough. So that's really what you're tracking for here. So we can restart, head back to the main menu. And there we are, that's our game. We can play again, of course. Die a few times, and I'll show you what it looks like when you don't get a high score, just so you know that you cannot. And yes, you do get points for asteroids that kill you. So there you go. That's the game. Thank you very much.